Okay, so I'm just going to give a quick demo of the hotcode reloading and REPL workflow. I've ran my Expo and Shadow processes, and this is now running in the Expo Go app. So even if I didn't have an Apple developer account or Google developer account, I could run my code on my actual phone via this Expo Go tool. If I shake my phone, I get the menu, and you can see there's some developer tools like you would have in a browser, and it's very useful. You see I've disabled fast refresh, and that's because I'm using Shadow, which has its own fast refresh system, and let's just see how well that works. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here, maybe I have a wrong setup, but I don't think I do because I'm using the same setup that I've seen everyone else use, and yeah, maybe everyone else just is used to this. But if I change this header, which is at the top of the screen on my phone here, you'll see that it changes quickly, and then okay, it's just crashed the app. So let me reopen it and reconnect. That's not what usually happens, I must say. Now it's loaded. Let me change it back to just home, and it changes quickly, and I get a white screen, and then it's changed back again to home too, even though my code says home and I've definitely saved everything. This is what usually happens. Again, sometimes it crashes, sometimes the app crashes, sometimes the entire Expo process or Shadow process crash. Don't know. Quite annoying though. Um, and sometimes you're behind and you're on a stale version, and that can be frustrating. However, it's not that big a deal, and let me show you why. So when I want my hot reloading to be quick is when I'm doing my UI components. And it turns out, for some reason, if I am editing a nested component in the React tree, so if I find controls, which is the view here, the mark complete and the skip and the pause, I'm on mark complete here. If I do mark complete 22, you'll see it changes instantly. Like there's no delay, there's no flashing screen. Everything is very quick and very nice to work with. Actually, much quicker than the web. So it was really nice once I have these nested components to work with them. But obviously, sometimes you need to save those root level components, and then yeah, it just doesn't work properly. Not sure why. But the reason it doesn't really matter is because in my ClojureScript, other than defining these components and giving them all their props, where when I need to save, it takes like 5 seconds or so, a bit annoying. I don't do that very often. The bits that I need to work with in detail are oh yeah, let's see this add random activity image. So you'll see these activities have a GIF attached, and there's a toggle. When you create one, you can add a random image if you don't have one at hand. And this is made just with an API request here to Giphy with the name of the activity in the search params. If I wanted to inspect this, you'll see I've put this def activity line here. CLJ Condo is shouting at me for it being an inline def, but that's okay because I will remove it as soon as I'm done. All this is doing is binding this activity prop to this namespace variable called activity. So if I evaluate this, I'll see that this is feed fish, which is the last activity in this list. And I can evaluate this line here, and I can, check out each of these things. I could write keys activity, and it will tell me that. I could type in some maths, and it will tell me 1 plus 34 is 35. Wow. And I can do any code execution I want. I can even run this entire thing nil because it returns a promise and does the JavaScripty things. So I guess I can instead of doing a dispatch to update my activity in the reframe DB, I could just do a JS alert, which in React Native still works somehow. I guess it translates to a native alert. So if I was to run that, you'll see I get an alert on my actual phone. and it shows me the GIF object. Obviously, an alert isn't very useful. So what I could do is wrap this in a do and have another, def foo as my argument. I don't need to save anything. I just need to evaluate this function, and then as soon as I call this code again, which is called when I navigate to a activity page, foo is now going to be the GIF object, and I can inspect it, and I can even dispatch things from my REPL. So I could do a dispatch of wipedb if I wanted to, destroy my entire app. And you can see there now I've got nothing, and I can mess with anything in the reframe DB very easily through my REPL. No file saving needed. So because of that, the hotcode reloading thing isn't the biggest issue in the world, and that's why I haven't really spent much time solving it. Also because I don't think I know how to solve it. I don't know how all of these tools work. I will probably make an issue and ask in some, the Clojurian Slack or the Expo Discord, which are great places if you do need help. But other than that, I think I have shown basically everything. As you hopefully can see, it is actually quite a nice process. The hotcode reloading in those JSX files is faster than on the web, and the developer tools, although very complicated and there are a lot of them and they interact in mysterious ways, are very useful, and it certainly doesn't feel like the immature environment that it did 4 years ago. So I hope you give it a try if you are interested. You can ask me any questions you want, and hope you have enjoyed the blog. And oh yeah, check the code out. This whole project is open source, and I streamed most of the development on Twitch. So check those out if you care, or don't if you don't care. I don't really care either way. So goodbye.